It's another delicious day here in the Let's Make Food from Food Kitchen, and today we're making a seared tuna with a soy ginger dipping sauce. It's gonna be delicious, but the first thing I wanna do is make my sauce and let it sit so the flavors come together for a little bit, okay? So I've got everything laid out with what I need. This is 4 tablespoons of premium soy sauce. Use what you can, okay? Doesn't have to be premium, it's just what I have and what I prefer. Then I have some rice wine vinegar. That is 1.5 tablespoons. I have 1 tablespoon of honey, and if you look, there's actually a little tiny bit of the honeycomb in there, and I'm gonna prevent that from going in there because I want a sauce without a whole bunch of big honey chunks. I didn't notice that when I put it in there. That is from Don's Market in Gallatin, Tennessee. It's a little local farmer's store. So if you're ever in Gallatin, Tennessee, go check them out. Now I want to stir this up some to get the honey dissolved. That particular one has the honeycomb in it, and I've noticed it tends to be a little thicker. So I want to get it nice and mixed up before I add chunks to it, because it'll be harder to tell. Okay. Next I have 2 cloves of garlic that I'm going to press right on in there. If you don't have a garlic press, it's not an expensive tool, but you can always just mince it up really well. I'm going to take my ginger and peel it. You can use the back of a spoon to do this too, and that actually does a really good job. Okay, now that I've got it peeled, I want to grate it, and you can use a zester if you have one. You can finely chop it if you don't. Just try to mince it as much as possible, because remember, this is a sauce. And it does a pretty good job. See, I'm getting a good amount of ginger that is pretty fine. Not like Mickey though. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Sometimes I can't help it. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. I heard a dumb joke the other day. Do you want to hear it? Okay. What do you get when you pick a pig's nose? A hamburger. I know, it's not funny. Okay, so what I want to do is get my ginger that I have finely minced and just scrape it right off of there and put it right in my bowl, and I'm avoiding these larger chunks. Now I have my toasted sesame oil. That's just going to go right on in there. I'm going to give it one more whisk. And I'm going to take my lid, put it on there, and I'm going to let this sit for a half an hour to an hour is good. If you can let it go a little longer, that's great too. But I'm going to just set this aside and let it sit. When I come back, I'll have a couple of tuna steaks, a couple of green onions. I've already got my oil, my salt, and my pepper, and that's all you need for the rest of this recipe. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and my skillet is heated to a medium heat, and I am just going to brush these 2 beautiful tuna steaks with some olive oil. Okay, just like so. I have rinsed them and patted them dry. Next, I'm going to take some fresh cracked pepper and just get a little on there. And this pepper is to taste, as is the salt. Okay, then I'm gonna sprinkle just a little salt on each one. My pan is already to the temperature I want it at medium. I'm pouring most of the oil in there, but I'm gonna reserve a little just to baste on the other side. Okay, there's 1 and 2. I've got a timer set, and I'm gonna go 2 minutes on each side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just brush this other side with the little bit of oil that's left in here. And I just want that salt to stick to it, the salt and pepper to stick to it. The cook time on this is short, and it's to get a medium rare result with our steak. So I want to go ahead and pepper and salt the other side. Like so. Okay, I am just going to flip them over and let them cook an additional 2 minutes. Once that 2 minutes is up, I'm going to put them on the plate, but we're going to let them rest for 5 minutes to kind of carry over cook just a little bit, okay? I turned off my temperature here, and now I'm just going to plate these. There's just a little bit of that beautiful golden crust on there. Okay, nice. So we're gonna set a timer and let that rest for 5 minutes, and then we'll add our sauce and our garnish. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this sauce and spoon it right into my dish here. It looks lovely. Smells lovely. Okay, so what I wanna do, I'm gonna take my sauce, put it on the plate there. Then I'm gonna take some of these green onions and I'm just gonna garnish even into my sauce these beautiful steaks. Now, note that if you like your tuna cooked all the way through or a little more to the medium side, add a couple of minutes to your time. So if you want them medium, start with a minute per side that you add. If you want it just cooked all the way through, probably 4 minutes each side is gonna do it. It really does depend on how thick your tuna steaks are. Moment of delicious truth. I'm going to take a bite off. Look at this. I'm going to turn it over for you. I think that's perfect for me. It's more of a medium rare than rare. I really don't care for it rare. It's the texture, but I do enjoy it medium rare. The tuna is delicious. The sauce is just bursting with flavor. I love it. You can taste the ginger, the soy, the vinegar, garlic, it's so good. This is delicious. So go get some tuna steaks and make this. Thanks for joining me here today in the Let's Make Food from Food Kitchen. From my kitchen to yours, let's make food from food.
That's one boy puppy.